Hello guys, it's Emi Plus Crypto here, and today I'm going to be showing you the 5 minutes DAX trading strategy that actually works. Stick with me in the video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the 3 ways of trading this strategy. The first one is market structure, the second one is liquidity, and the third one is POI, which is also known as point of interest. So let me go to the trading view app so I can show you how it works. Alright guys, here in the trading view app, I'm going to be using this pair to show us the market structure, how to identify the market structure. So this is the BTC USD pair, and as you can see on this 1 hour time frame, you can see price is forming a higher low and a higher high, a higher low and a higher high. Let me draw it out so you can see price came all the way to 69k and it formed a higher high. It went back down to 67k, formed a higher low. It went back up to 72 and formed a higher high. It also formed a higher low at 70k, and it also formed another higher high at 73k. So for you to see this structure, you know that the market structure is what is bullish. Looking at the chart, you see that the market structure is bullish. It is moving up to the upside direction. So if I pick my trend line, let me start from this higher low. I take it up all the way higher to when it was at, okay, let's say all the way to 77k. So you can see that price has been moving upwards. Alright guys, I'm going to delete everything right here now. Okay, as you can see in this structure, you can see that market is actually trending to the upward direction. This is how market structure is formed in the market. Alright guys, I'm going to talk about the second thing. The second one is liquidity. So that taught us about liquidity, how to identify liquidity in the market. So on this 1 hour time frame, still on the same chart, I'm going to be drawing out my order block. So let me pick my rectangular tool. So I've just spotted an order block at this between $74,000 to $75,000. So price formed an order block here. We are going to identify the liquidity in this 1 hour time frame. Price is currently at $74,000 to $75,000. So I draw an order block here, transport out the liquidity zone. Alright, so I'm going to pick my path 2. Let me draw it out. So here, price did a sweep of the previous low, came up here, formed a structural liquidity, and it did a break of structure. So I'm going to be drawing the break of structure. Price did a break of structure here. Alright, so what we are waiting for is for price to come back. For price to come back to this zone. When it taps it actually buys. So this is how the liquidity zone is being formed on this 1 hour time frame. As you can see here, what I explained is what currently happened here. You can see that price did a sweep of the previous low. This is the sweep here. This is the sweep here. It swept it, created a structural liquidity and a break of structure. So when price reversed, it came back, tapped into this zone, and it moved up. It moved up to our target. So it moved up to this target, as you can see. So this is how to identify liquidity zone in this BTC chart. Alright guys, the third thing we are going to be talking about is the POI, which is known as the point of interest. So this is the point whereby we are going to enter our trade. We are going to enter our trade. We wait for market to come. Whenever market comes, price comes to that place, we are going to go in for a buy. So we are going to identify it still on this BTC chart on the 1 hour time frame. Alright, so I told you guys that when we learned about the liquidity zone, I told you that there must be a sweep. This is actually the sweep. We saw price swept liquidity here. It came up, created a structural liquidity, and did what? A break of structure. So this is the break of structure. This is the break of structure that price did. what you want to see price do is to take out this structural liquidity. So just wait for whenever price comes to tap into this one to take out the structural liquidity. This is where we are going to enter. So this is actually our point of interest. There is actually a point of interest. So I'm going to pick out my long. This is my long position. So I'll just wait whenever price comes to take out this structural liquidity. This is where I will take my entry from. My stop loss will be at this recent low. This is the recent low. That liquidity was swept. So I'm going to be targeting 1:3 because that is the risk reward I normally target. So I'll be targeting 1:3. I'll target the nearest supply zone. So this is where I'll be targeting, which will actually give me 1:3. Actually give me 1:3. So this is how you can identify your POI, your point of interest. So you always wait for price to come back to this point that it took out liquidity. You wait for it to come back, take your entry here, then you aim for the previous higher high. So that is how you can identify the point of interest. Alright guys, so mind you, while using this strategy, you have to consider some certain things. Alright, looking at the market structure, while looking out for your setup, you must ensure that the market is a trending market that is either trending to the upside or to the downside. So ensure you check that out. Don't trade a ranging market with this strategy. If not, you are likely to hit stop loss. Always ensure the market is trending to the upward or to the downward direction. And another thing is that you must also spot the order block, which is your liquidity zone. Your liquidity zone is where you mark out your order block. So once you see a liquidity sweep, a structural liquidity and a break of structure, and market is trending upward, that should tell you that this order block might hold. So it's not 100% that price will respect that level, but most of the times it normally comes to that place and market starts going upward or going downward whenever it taps a liquidity zone. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you find value in this video. Please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you in the next video.